For Cinco de Mayo, our creativity prompt is to do some sort of art that celebrates the Mexican culture. And so I have chosen to create a Mexican folk art floral. And I really like a lot of the black backgrounds with the bright colors on it. This is applique or embroidery. I have a dress that has some beautiful floral work. It's the Mexican style dress and it's really beautiful. Here is an artist's print. This is a modern print and then a traditional folk art print. I'm not going to copy any of these. I just wanted to show them to you for inspiration. And then I'm going to do it on these little black artist tiles, and they're just 6 by 6 inch squares. This is by Strathmore and it's mixed media paper. I also have a black drawing. This is just a drawing pad. I think that you can, yeah, it's mixed media. You can use markers, gel pens, pencil. And then if you don't have that, you could use cardstock or black construction paper. But I think it's fun to use the dark backgrounds every now and then just to change things up. I did want to just open this up. I was playing around with some of the different mediums. This is oil pastels. I have several different types of oil pastels. These are the cheapest Pintail. These are Mungio Gallery Artist Soft Oil Pastels. So these are harder oil pastels, whereas these are soft oil pastels. And then I have a very expensive set of Sennelier ones that I got from the Sennelier store in France. So they're very expensive, not going to play around with those, but I just want to show you how amazing oil pastels are. If you think that they are only glorified crayons, then you've got another thing coming to you, because oil pastels are amazing. You can blend them. You can blend them with your finger. You can blend them with other tools. You can actually add some oil like olive oil or baby oil and move them around like oil paints. I wouldn't do it on this kind of paper though. But I wanted to show you just how bright they show up. There's another tool or medium. These are called Woodies and it's by Stabilo. And they are kind of an oily crayon. They're like thick wood pencils on the outside, but they have an oily crayon type of medium on the inside. Let me get a brighter one so you can see how it shows up. So you can use those if you have them. Don't go out and buy anything. Just use what you have. If you have oil pastels, use them. If you have, here's another idea. These are gel pens. I haven't played around with these, so they may be, yeah, you can see that they're showing up nice and bright. Sometimes they get clogged up. So we've got oil pastels, we've got the Stabilo Woodies, we have gel pens, but what I'm going to use today are the Posca acrylic markers. So these are by Uni, and I love them. They're very bright, as you can see. I'm just kind of putting some little dots there. But I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to keep it small, and that's why we're going to work on this tiny little bit. So 6 by 6 inch square. I'm also going to take a white charcoal pencil, and that's how I'm going to sketch out my drawing. I'm just going to just go with it. I don't have no idea. I know I want a floral, and I know I want a bird on it. So if you want to make yours symmetrical, you might want to draw a line down the center on like a compass. But I think I'm just going to start off with a flower. Also, you see how that was pretty off balance. That was too low. You might want to just keep a kneaded eraser around. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look like folk art, but I do want it to have a little bit of symmetry to it. So I'm going to draw a stem. I probably want to make that stem a little bit wider. And then leaves. Let's go ahead and put our bird. Let's just put the little bird here at the top. I'm just drawing a simple folk art bird. Nothing special. But we can start, actually we can come in here and make each of the petals bigger, and that will give us more places to add color. And then we can embellish with not only our pencil, but come in and embellish more with our colors. So I'm going to just do a few more little designs around this, and then we'll start coloring it in. You know what? I think I might do a symmetrical bird, or as symmetrical as I can, because I have this space and that will look cute. Two little birds. Since I hear the birds chirping outside my window. All right, so I've got me some sort of little sketch going. Flowers and birds, my favorite. You can do whatever you want to. I do feel like I need to just add a little bit more on the edges here, and I will adjust this as I go. And so what I'm going to do is just speed this up as I color in. Once again, I'm going to use the Posca markers. Now some of them might be too dark to show up on black. They might just blend in with your paper. So I'm trying to go for the brighter colors. So we'll see how that works. All right, so I got my layers on there, I let it dry, and then I took my kneaded eraser and erased as much of my white charcoal pencil as I can. I didn't get all the lines off. You can still see them there, but it's no big deal. This is just a fun creativity prompt, right? Now, I think what I do want to do is just add a little bit more of the yellow on top of my first layer, because it's not showing up as bright as I would want it to. If you're using oil pastels, then you won't have that trouble, because as I showed you earlier, they're quite bright enough. So just adding in a little bit more layers, a few more layers on top of what I've got. And if you noticed, as I was coloring in, I changed my lines. Some of them, when I just did a quick sketch, they weren't very straight, and I tried to straighten them out as much as possible as I was coloring them, but it's still going to be wonky. It's folk art, and folk art is not fine art, it's fun art. So I'm also just going back over my little lavender dots. Now the last thing that I want to do is take a white Sharpie. I actually have white Posca pens as well, so I may grab that because it's thinner. But I want to just come in and make some fun little designs. These just dropping little dots around the petals. And this white is going to make the whole piece pop. All right, I am going to switch over to the smaller Posca. It just has, well, let's make sure it's writing. Has a smaller point on it, and it will help me outline these smaller pieces. And I think I'm going to stop there. You can keep going if you wanted to just add like dots around some of your little paisley or teardrop shapes, whatever you make. That would be cute. I just feel like the more embellishments you add, the more it looks like traditional Mexican folk art, because they just go into so much detail and it is so beautiful. So have fun with your creativity prompt, and I can't wait to see what you create.